I didn't come here for the spotlight. I didn't come here to have more eyes. I came here to win. And I really do think that with the group that we have, that we are going to win. We are going to get a championship sooner than later.
Did you catch Sophie Cunningham's first interview with the Indiana Fever? She looked straight into the camera and confidently declared, "I think we are going to win a championship."
I think that when this opportunity came about, when I first heard about it, I was so excited. Like I just knew that it was my time to get outside my comfort.
This isn't just another roster move. It's a statement to every doubter. The Fever have built a squad packed with talent, leadership, and pure determination. With Sophie Cunningham's arrival, one thing is certain. She's here to make an impact and
when I just kind of heard what they were doing, and of course you have Caitlin, who's drawn eyes from all around the world. That was like, why would I not? Why not be a part of something great? You go from Diana, and now you're going to a team who is going to be a contender for a championship. And so I'm stoked about this year. I'm really excited for the players, but I'm also excited just for the community and the relationship and the culture. That
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes went on national TV and claimed nobody wanted to play with Caitlin Clark? That narrative just got destroyed. Her comments spread like wildfire across social media, fueling Clark's critics. They shared it, quoted it, and used it as proof that the Indiana Fever was in trouble.
Sheryl Swoopes has been missing. Sheryl Swoopes is MIA. They got a APB out for Sheryl Swoopes. If you see Sheryl Swoopes, she did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to leave.
But here's the wild part. While Swoopes was making headlines, the Indiana Fever's front office was making moves. They weren't just sitting back. They were strategically building what could become one of the most dangerous rosters in recent WNBA history.
I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
Instead of panicking or making impulsive moves, they methodically targeted veterans with championship experience. Think about it. If Caitlin Clark was really so difficult to play with, why would proven stars willingly join her team? The truth wasn't in the headlines, it was in the actions. While the noise about players avoiding Indiana got louder, the Fever responded by signing Madisha Howard, a multi-time champion and elite defender. This wasn't just a roster addition. It was a calculated move to bring in a defensive anchor who could reshape the team's entire identity.
Inbound to Howard. Sorella Kubai, the rookie, into the game as Howard hits the three. Wickham. Howard able to flag it down. Pop in.
The Fever's front office knew they needed more scoring and leadership, so they went out and signed Duwana Bonneret, proven scorer who can create her own shot, and a veteran with championship experience. Bonner is the perfect addition to guide this young team and push them to the next level.
Had never seen in this league's history. Helped guide Connecticut to the semifinals where they've been each of the last 5 years, and Bonner.
The addition of Sydney Carlson strengthened the backcourt, addressing last season's depth concerns behind Clark. These weren't desperate moves. They were calculated, strategic decisions with a clear vision. As social media buzzed, fans and analysts started to see the gap between criticism and reality. The narrative was shifting.
We're going to be a phenomenal group. I'm excited for all the other pieces that came in this offseason with me. And so when I really see what I can do here, I'm confident in that, but I really am just excited for the big picture of what everyone brings to this team.
In her interview, she didn't sound like a reluctant addition. She embraced championship expectations as a playoff-tested veteran who chose Indiana with purpose. The most telling part? She didn't speak like someone just making the best of a bad situation. She was excited, genuinely enthusiastic about teaming up with Clark, and her energy was undeniable. She made it clear she wanted to be here.
The play that you guys are playing here, that Stephanie is going to bring here, it's run and gun, it's shooters, it's emotion offense, and so my eyes lit up like a Christmas.
She acknowledged Clark's fame, but did she act like she was just jumping on a bandwagon? Absolutely not. Instead, she focused on the basketball itself, the system Stephanie White is implementing. Fast-paced, shooter-friendly, and built on constant motion and fluid offense. Sophie lit up as she described how Indiana's style fits her game. Her excitement was undeniable, and you could see it in her expression when she talked about playing alongside Clark. Meanwhile, Boston and Mitchell, both veteran players, are just as thrilled about the team's evolving basketball philosophy.
So I played in a motion offense my whole life, outside of kind of Phoenix. You know, it was more one-on-one and let people do their thing. And if you're open, you're open. Where I like to move. I like to run. I like to dribble and kick. You know what I mean? And so when you see Caitlin, when you see Aaliyah Boston, she's a great passer. Kelsey Mitchell's a great passer. That if you move and you make the great cut, you're going to get the ball. And I think that just helps everybody, free up. And so I like to run. I kind of get the name Forrest Gump sometimes, and I'm like, hey, if you guys want to call me, that's fine. I'll beat you down the court every time. But I really am just excited for the style of play and what I can bring to the table.
What's remarkable is the fans' response. Her jersey sold out as soon as she arrived, a clear reflection of their excitement and support for her joining the team.
Here it is right here. Sold out. Right there. Oh, okay. Well, let me get a medium. Sold out. Let me get a large. Sold out. Let me get an extra large. Sold out. Hey, 2XL. Sold out.
Cunningham sees something special taking shape in Indiana, a revolution driven by a new generation of talent. With a rising star like Clark, Aaliyah Boston developing into a dominant force, and Kelsey Mitchell's scoring ability, the foundation is solid. Add Lexi Hull's relentless hustle, and it's easy to see why Indiana feels on the verge of something big.
Here, I've already been motivated. Like, I know this is a new, fresh start. I'm not in a box anymore. Like, I can finally be free and be in an offense that I think that I can really thrive in and be around players who our mind is strictly on basketball and winning. So I'm just re-motivated. I'm refocused. I feel like I'm back.
Fans might love how perfectly Sophie fits into Indiana's run-and-gun system, but opponents are about to hate something else entirely about her arrival. Remember how many times Clark hit the floor last season with no consequences for the defense that put her there. That era of the fever being pushed around is over.
So excited to be here. I'm from the Midwest, and so for me to kind of get back to my roots and be close to my family, I'm so excited. Like, when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated, and I just kind of feel like my spark is.
During her rookie season, opponents targeted Clark with hard fouls, excessive contact, and borderline dirty plays, a tactic exemplified by Kennedy Carter's aggressive defense. Teams knew Indiana's young roster lacked an enforcer, someone who could make them think twice. As talented as her teammates were, they couldn't provide that protective edge, and the league took full advantage. That's exactly where Sophie Cunningham changes everything.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary?
Times, which people don't like, but I love. My teammates always love. And to be honest, I spread the court. Like, I can shoot the ball. And when you have playmakers who are quick, who are great passers, with Kelsey Mitchell too, it lets them do their thing. And then the defense draws in and you're just ready to shoot. And so, I think that I'll bring a lot to this team. But at the end of the day, I want to be a good leader. I want to be a great teammate. I want to bring the culture piece and make sure our egos are put aside and that we're all in here to win. And I think that's going to be pretty easy with the group that we have. Be calm, that feisty, sassy, stick up for my teammates when it needs to be that. And so just kind of reading the room and, whatever the team needs that day, being spicy, I'm fiery, I'm the ultimate competitor, and I'm really just trying to do whatever it takes for my team to win. A lot of people have a lot to say about it, but honestly, any teammate that you've asked that maybe had opinions about me before, once we're teammates, like, oh, like, we love you as here. I'm like, duh, I'm not a mean person. But to be honest, I think that it could be a game.